Hello everybody, welcome back to Sunday Berries. Today we have an exciting swatch for art philosophy, and this is Watercolor Confections, and this is the vintage Pastels Palette. It is very interesting and I am really excited to swatch it for the very first time. But before we get there, I want to give a shout out to Laura Gonzalez, who is a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. She's also a Puerto Rican like myself, and she has an absolutely wonderful YouTube channel, which I'm going to be linking below, and I am going to ask you to go there and please subscribe to her channel. Wonderful paintings, wonderful art, and she is an amazing and unique person. So please do go and check out her channel. It's going to be linked on the description below. I also want to add that I do have an extra pet tonight. Her name is Layla, and she is my niece's pit bull. And she's still a baby, so she might cry, and well, it could happen. So I'm going to warn you just in case it happens. So with that said, we are going to take a look at this watercolor palette. I am really looking forward to it. So here we go. At first glance, I am a little bit worried about the chalkiness that I see on these watercolors. We'll find out if they are going to be interesting colors or not. The first color that we are going to be looking at is Periwinkle. The pigments are PW6, PB29, and PR101, and it only has 1 star out of 3 stars for light fastness. So this pigment already is telling me that is not a very good light fast color. Master. Very opaque. You can see there is white in this color. And it does look like a periwinkle color, that's for sure. And surprisingly, it's quite beautiful. Diluted version. Oh, it's really very beautiful and very delicate. I like it a lot. Surprisingly, I feel it's very much a pastel color over it being a vintage color. It feels a lot like pastel rather than vintage. The next color we are going to be looking at is Sage, PY42 and PB15:3. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mastone. It does look like sage. Quite beautiful. I wonder if it's going to look chalky or not. So far, they don't seem chalky to me as they seem to be on the pan. Diluted version. Quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. I wasn't expecting this because of the way it looks on the pan, but it doesn't translate as chalky. The next one up is Golden Glow. Pigments are PY42, PB29, and it has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Master. And yes, that's Layla sleeping. Okay, this color is quite interesting and beautiful. I do think that it looks very vintage. It reminds me a lot of buff titanium, but with a yellow tint to it. Diluted version. Wow. Okay, this color is stunning. The next one up is terracotta. Pigments are PY42, PR101, and PBK7. It has 2 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mastone. They seem all to be very opaque. Diluted version. It's really beautiful. The next color is suede, and the pigments are PY42 and PBK7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mastone. They are very opaque as mastones, and this one is no exception. Very interesting color as well. Diluted version. Oh wow. In love with this color. Wow. The next color is stone gray. Pigments are PY42, PR101, and PBK7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mastone. Wow. I do like this one, believe it or not. What an interesting gray, and it does look like a stone gray, so the name really goes with it. Diluted version. Oh my god, this is a stunner. Wow. The next color is breezy, and the pigments are PB29, PB27, and PY42. It has 2 stars out of 3 for light fastness. Mastone. It is beautiful. A very classic baby blue, very beautiful. Diluted version. Classic baby blue. It is beautiful. Like I said, I'm not crazy about pastel colors, but these colors are not bad at all. I actually am enjoying them. The next one up is Soft Lilac PB27 and PR48:4. It has 3 stars out of 3 for light fastness. Mass stone. Whoa. They all seem, when I place this mass stone, it almost feels so opaque. Diluted version. Wow, the diluted version is absolutely gorgeous. And yes, that's the dog sleeping. Beautiful, beautiful. The next one up is Charcoal, and this is PBK7. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mass stone. It really does look like a black to me. It is beautiful, though. I don't know why they would include this unless it is to mix these colors. Diluted version. Ooh, beautiful. It didn't come out too dilute, but it is absolutely beautiful. Quite a stunner. I do prefer the stone gray over the black. The next one up is Dark Rose. I am really looking forward to this one. The pigments are PR101 and PV23. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Let's take a look at the mass stone. Oh, it's beautiful. It is a carnation type and just like the name says, dark rose, but it's very much a carnation color in my opinion. Very interesting and beautiful. Diluted version. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, this is absolutely a stunner. Love it. Quite beautiful. I love the mass stone too. The next one up is Apple Blossom. The pigments are PR48:4, which is a pigment in common with this one, a red pigment. And yes, that's Layla. And PY42, it has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mass stone. Wow. It's quite beautiful. It looks like my logo's color. Diluted version. Oh, wow. Yes, I do love this one. Diluted, it's very light, but I did dilute this one a lot. The next one up is Dusky Mauve, and the pigments are PR48:4, just like these, and PR101 and PB15:3. It has 3 stars out of 3 stars for light fastness. Mass stone. Oh, it's gorgeous. diluted version. Oh God, yes, quite beautiful. All right, so I'm going to allow this to dry and then give you just a few notes on what I've been experiencing so far about these colors. And we're back. These colors have been drying for over a day because I have been taking care of my niece's dog. So that has been a challenge. Now that I'm looking at them, they are quite beautiful. I feel that they are more leaning towards vintage than pastels. That's the only thing I feel. For example, I believe that periwinkle is the most pastel looking color in the set. We could say that apple blossom is also a pastel leaning, but the look of this color leans a lot more towards that vintage look. In terms of the breezy, I find it that it can play a pastel color, but I also feel that it looks like a normal light blue color. And the same goes for the soft lilac. However, from the sage all the way to the stone gray, dark rose all the way to dusky mauve, I would say these are vintage colors, and I wouldn't necessarily consider them to be pastel or leaning towards a pastel. The only two colors I feel a little bit not sure about would be the charcoal and the stone gray. The stone gray, I can see the use of it. The charcoal, I am not sure why it's included in this set, although it's quite beautiful. I feel also that my favorite color would be the dark rose and possibly the suede. The only fault that I would find in this set that I am not sure how it's translating here to the paper is the fact that the colors look very, very chalky on the case. And I will show you here. As you can see, they are still very chalky, and that concerns me a little bit because they don't look like other watercolors that I have seen. And while they do translate quite nicely on paper, they do have some sort of texture to them. It's not granulation. It's not a soft blend of colors when we see, for example, here in Golden Glow or Terracotta. All the others are quite fine. You can see it here also in Apple Blossom. But other than that, I think the set is quite nice. The colors that it includes are quite nice. I still have my questions about the charcoal. But again, if it's because of mixing purposes, I think this one would be a better choice than the stone gray. But I do prefer the stone gray for some reason. I like the aged look that it does have. And with that said, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like this set, I'm going to leave a link to it on the description below. And before we go, I'm going to remind everyone that I'm going to leave a link to Laura Gonzalez's YouTube channel. She's a wonderful person, actually a beautiful person, a beautiful watercolorist. So if you have a chance, please do visit her channel and subscribe to it. And with that said, until the next video, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please be kind to one another. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.